Welcome back to another episode of Let's Chat Podcast, y'all. I am your host, JoJo.
And I'm Zyra.
Ooh.
We are back after 2 weeks.
I know. What was the
Of,
last damn, I'm hitting myself in the face with a mic.
oh
What's
my
the
gosh.
last thing that we had? Our last episode.
It was
It was like a
about
pre-pride
it was a pre-pride, but
chat.
it was about the video that was circulating about like I'm not gay.
Oh yes,
Like blah
yes.
blah blah blah. So
Well,
that
guess
was like
what?
the
All
last
the
one.
gays came out.
It really did.
I feel like we were talking about like pride events that were going on like pre-pride month, but happy pride month to all my gays and theys and bays and thems and just
And she's and
everybody.
he's.
So before we get into our pride recap, because you guys know we did Philly Pride, and I feel like I did a few lives in between that time on TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
on my personal and our Let's Chat TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Be sure to follow us because I've been talking about how I want to go live more, especially now that, not now, but like how sometimes we're not able to um make an episode. I feel like being live is the next.
Alternative.
Yeah, right. And it's a better way for us to like have more personal interactions. But yeah, I talked about Pride. We did Pride for Philly, and then we did Pride for DC this past weekend. Um, but my work schedule is kind of like a hit or miss on what allows me to record right now. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Damn. I wonder if you hear that.
I know.
She got this little fan on. The air not on? I know
Oh,
you be
it's not
sweating.
on. It's not on. I
Oh,
forgot.
tragic.
Whatever, it's fine.
All right.
But talking about those lives, JoJo has what's it, Twitch?
Yes.
I have a Twitch too, but I'm definitely not on it. But we're gonna be adding our Twitch to our podcast description
Yes.
because that's what the kids are doing now. So we gotta, be up to date with what they're using. So we'll be live like on TikTok or Twitch or whatever. JoJo's gonna be more on Twitch than me for sure.
Yeah, but
Um,
she'll be on it. She'll be my pop-up guest. I mean,
w-
I live with the girl. What else am I gonna do with her?
we've even thought about like recording like an episode and having it live on one of those platforms. It'll still be like an audio for those that can't watch it live or
Yeah.
listen live, but I know that some people are missing seeing our faces, so it would basically be like that. And you'll get the raw version that's not cut and the awkward pauses and whatnot.
Yeah.
But there's been so much going on. Before we get into it, we want to talk about what's been going on in LA with the ice raids and all of that. And if you're going through that right now, we definitely are thinking of you. I feel like it's all I see on my timeline right now. But if you haven't heard of it, I just want to give you guys a quick, I guess, recap. It says this is from the CBS News, BBC, LA Times. Thousands of protesters took to the streets of Los Angeles, California over the weekend in response to a series of aggressive immigration raids carried out by federal agents. Peaceful demonstrators demanded an end to the Trump administration's crackdown and calling attention to fear and trauma spreading through immigration communities. From June 6, 2025, onward, ICE has been conducting sweeping arrest operations across the city near sites like Home Depot, parking lots, retail storefronts, detaining dozens of undocumented immigrants, sometimes without visible warrants. Um, it says that, according to the Department of Homeland Security, 118 people were arrested in the greater LA area last week, including 44 in a single day and one for obstruction. Um, so there's a lot of protesters right now, and in response, the president deployed more than 2,000 National Guard troops to Los Angeles on Sunday morning, without the request or consent of the California's governor. This is the first time since 1965 that a president has activated a state National Guard without a governor's request. Are we surprised? No. Um, just a couple of I guess notes. One thing that we can do to support each other is like to share resources and kind of like just spread awareness. Because I feel like this is happening in LA, this is happening in Cali, where there's a lot of people. But for someone who lives like in Nebraska, Minnesota, it's not something that they're seeing or feeling. So I feel like not that it doesn't matter to them, but I feel like since they don't see it or are even hearing about it, then it's like not a big deal. But I feel like I don't know, maybe I follow a lot of people from California, but it's truly all I'm seeing in my timeline. Um there are like some resources that we want to share, but we're gonna add them linked to the description because there's a lot. Um And the other thing I want to know is that I follow this influencer. Her name is Vicky. I want to get her actual handle. Vicky the Fit Chick. She's Mexican. She lives in LA, and pretty much she is um I don't know if I think you call it sponsoring. I'm not sure. And she's gonna be paying the rent for like three different families for the month. So like 30 days. So nobody has to like leave their house or go to work or whatever. So if you guys are interested in learning more, I would go to her page. It's called Vicky the Fit Chick. And she's paying this out of her own pocket. She also started a GoFundMe if you want to donate to that or if you just want to spread awareness. But yeah, we just want to make a note of that because I know that it's stressing a lot of people out and it's tragic.
Yeah.
Um, the other thing before we get into like the pride festivities is there's like what is happening with the gays?
Hmm.
Like what is really good?
You know, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that question. But what was it that oh, somebody was just asking like what our thoughts on it was.
Yeah, so and I say that because okay, so there's this what is she, a singer?
Which
Okay.
one?
Fletcher.
Yes, Fletcher is a singer,
So that's the
pop
first
artist or
that's the first girl
something.
we're gonna talk about.
Okay.
She's a pop artist. I don't listen to any of her music, but a lot of people loved her, like in the queer
Yes.
community.
Yes.
She was dating like a really popular influencer named Shannon at one point. Um, there was this whole drama with like Shannon's new girlfriend, whatever. The girl profited off the lesbians by like making music off lesbians and love and all of that, making merch about girls and like funny sayings. And she was like a queer icon,
Mhm.
pretty much. Like she was being invited to like queer events.
Yeah.
Was she even on the L Word or some shit like that? Didn't wasn't she performing in one of the episodes and everything?
Damn.
I feel like
I think she was. I
I know
think
I
she
didn't
made
make
like
that
a
up.
quick appearance. I don't think. Hmm.
Right. I'm pretty sure she was. I
I
hope I
think
didn't
she
make
did a
that up.
quick.
Like during the last, like the new queer, whatever.
Somewhere. Milo. Just
He,
to be nosy. He just wants to be in this cracked window. He like an old man. Look at boy.
our dog just jumped like a cat just to
Yeah.
look out the window.
But yeah, I almost feel like she was. I almost feel like she did make an appearance in the Generation QL word. Yeah, I'm about to say you got the computer, girl. Look it up. Anyways, so she's definitely one of the artists that's been getting backlash lately.
Yeah,
Um,
girl, she was.
I feel
I know I
like
didn't make that shit up.
yeah. So she's been getting backlash because people feel like okay, because I feel like there's a lot of everybody has their own opinion and own reactions to this, and one side of it is that people are hurt and upset by it because they feel
But
like
what are they upset about? Because
oh
we haven't even said what the thing is.
yeah, that's what I'm getting to.
Okay.
Because she apparently did like a whole releasing of like I guess a new album or like new merch. Some people are regarding to it as like or viewing it as a rebranding because she basically posted something along the lines of like she's dating a boy or a man or has kissed a boy. I don't know. I didn't really get into it. I just been seeing TikToks on it to get the quick tea. But people just felt like, cool, you made a song talking about kissing a boy, but you
I'm on her website and I see the merch.
oh, okay. See, I didn't see
It
all that.
literally says boy.
Yeah. So people are just mad because she spent all this time and all this, yeah. Oh wow. Um Basically dropping a whole merch line, doing a whole um I guess a new album drop in regards to like, oh, what's the album called? Is it on there?
Um, it's I don't know, but like,
Something like,
would
oh,
you still love
there
me
you
if
go.
you really knew me?
Right. And it's her first name apparently.
Yeah. So
Carrie.
pretty much what we're gathering is that she used to be a lesbian, and then suddenly she's not no longer a lesbian, and she's like falling in love with a boy and coming to her true self as her real self, Carrie, instead of Fletcher. Carrie
Yeah, I guess.
instead of Fletcher, and selling boy merch and whatnot. um and people just think it's really like a hate crime.
I'm crying. I don't
During
see, so
Pride
I
Month,
don't know her that much or that well. Like I know her, like I've heard her music and she's had a
I
couple
was
songs that
never
I
listening
like
to her
because
music.
I related to it in terms of it being women love women based, but I didn't know her to be honest her sexual orientation. I didn't know if she fell in the line of being a lesbian, of being a bisexual or whatever have you. Um I just knew that she had music that I related to. And then she was dating a lesbian influencer, which I feel like that can be confusing for people because I think when you see women dating women or somebody who you didn't know was straight or gay date someone you know who has identified as a lesbian, you automatically associate that person as being a lesbian. So again, I don't know how she identified. I just knew she dated someone who identified as a lesbian. So cool. We took it, we ran with it, but mostly she was, heavily in within the whole women love women, dropping songs about girls and Becky this and, shit like that. So obviously we ran with it. It was for the community. We love that. But people felt like she just picked the wrong time to do it. Like, cool, you never identified as lesbian, you want to be bisexual, you want to love who you love, that's great. But it was explained like why wasn't it just an Instagram post? Why wasn't it just like a basic like why'd you have to do a whole rebranding and a whole merch drop during Pride Month where we're basically fighting for our lives out here with getting our rights taken away and shit. Like people just felt very betrayed by that, I guess so to say.
Yeah, I don't see. So this is the problem with people. Like, I feel like, so I googled it and it said that she apparently identified as queer, and she never said like she was like a lesbian or whatever the case is. So now that's like the new thing. Obviously, people are saying that they're queer when they're like bi. Um, the problem is that everyone has put this girl up on a pedestal and identified her as this queer icon, as this lesbian icon, and I truly don't understand. I
Mhm.
was never listening to her music. It gave very cliche to me, and I just hate it. Like, I just hate it. I just hate to see it. And then look at them. Now they're upset because the person they was glorifying is now dating a guy. Like, are y'all really shocked? Cuz I'm not. I'm really not. Something about her was already given problematic. Like when she started singing about Shanning's Becky, que sé yo qué, I'm like, oh, this is too much drama for me. Like, I can't. She just loves being the topic of conversation. I'm gonna be real with you. That's what it's given.
What did she do to
She did nothing to
you?
me, but also, you know what she did?
I'm
She
crying.
deleted all her old posts on Instagram. Like,
You went through her Instagram?
girl, no, she has like 5 posts on her Instagram. She deleted everything.
Hmm,
Like all her girl merch and whatnot and whatever. Like, what
interesting.
the fuck, girl? Like, you really on some shit.
Yeah,
Um, and now all the gays are upset on TikTok.
yeah.
They're literally like so.
I mean,
flabbergasted.
prior to her whole shebang, you had the whole JoJo Siwa thing. But to be honest, I don't have a fucking opinion on that because I was
So
never into JoJo Siwa. That has no interest for me. Sure, it's not. I guess it's not a surprise. It's not a shocker. Let the girl do what she wants to do.
I'm gonna sound like a whole hater again. I
You're on the
was
roll.
I was never
You're on the roll.
I was never a JoJo Siwa fan.
Yeah.
I thought she was just doing too much. Very, very interesting girl.
Yeah.
So okay, so this is the problem with JoJo Siwa. So JoJo Siwa is another one that I'm pretty sure she said she was lesbian, but I could be making that up. And that was a whole thing when she came out because her primary audience was like little kids back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like all like just like kid stuff on YouTube. And now that they got older, I feel like a lot of people stopped fucking with her because she came out. She started dressing more masculine. She like shaved half of her head. She was dating like a TikToker. Then she broke up with her. Then she started dating another girl. And the problem that people have with JoJo Siwa now is that she went on the Big Brother TV show, and her relationship with one of the guys was like very close. And I saw this shit from the beginning, and I was like, oh, like they're a little too close. And now they're dating, and people are shocked because she's another one that's like, oh, why you're dating a guy during Pride, and like you were a lesbian and now you're not. Um, People are saying that she played out her ex on the like on TV. So that's the problem.
Mm.
And apparently her ex said this too, like that they had certain boundaries before she went on Big Brother, and that JoJo Siwa crossed those boundaries with that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, something about that guy is giving that he just wants clout, because I don't know. I don't seem genuine to me. This ain't gonna last, y'all.
What? Straight men love the gay girls.
That's the thing. Like he want to be relevant so bad. Like
I don't know. I never seen them. I've never really sat down and watched Big Brother.
I don't watch it either.
Right. But following up on that, obviously, good old TikTok with another drop. Billie Eilish.
That's not
Eilish,
somebody.
Eilish. I'll be fucking her
That's
name
not
up. But
somebody we can hate on.
oh no.
No.
Oh, you were just dragging the last two.
I don't think Billie Eilish ever said she was like lesbian though.
All right. I don't know. I haven't. I mean, I don't follow up with any one of them like that to know like, oh, did you ever come out? Was it ever? I remember it being a whole big thing at some point when it was like she. I guess it was kind of confirmed that she liked women, but it wasn't. I don't know that it was like a full throttle. I'm lesbian. Mm, I don't know what was confirmed and what wasn't, but nonetheless, there has also been a post on her, um, some confirmation of her dating Nate, whoa, something. I don't know the man.
I don't know the man either. He looks a little old.
I don't know. There's a, I think he's another artist too. But he's definitely an actor as well. But anyway, she's dating some guy that apparently seems like, or there was speculation that they had been dating for a little bit, but now it has been confirmed with a kiss on a balcony. So the gays are low key crashing out. And I almost feel like Billy got.
His name is Nat Wolf.
There you go. I feel like Billy has gotten the. Like, no backlash, really. I don't feel like it's been. Like, I feel like people are crashing out.
I'm pretty sure she said she was bisexual.
I feel like the gays are crashing out with that, but not like. Not in a.
Not canceling her.
Yeah. So it's like, damn, like, not Billy. But I almost think like that's kind of crazy.
Think it's
like,
because
why?
we always questioned if Billie is gay. And I feel like with her last or her most recent album, it became apparent that some songs were about girls or whatever. But I feel like everyone was always like, is she? Is she not? Is she? Like, we always wanted her to say that she was, but we just didn't know. And I feel like she said she was bisexual. And I feel like it's because she's not profiting off the LGBTQ community. She's not out here doing the most. She's just being an artist.
Mm-hmm.
She's not selling merch that
Just
says
say you
girl.
have a favorite.
Of
I
course I
mean,
have a
nonetheless,
favorite.
it don't matter to me. It is what it is. It's just like, all right, I'm not surprised with any of them,
Yeah.
or okay, like cool. But I see the whole like really during this time. I think that's just really the whole point. Is like, do what you want, date who you want. Cool, I guess identify as what you want, but it's just like you said, don't make that your whole. I hate to say it, but don't make that your whole personality.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or
Mm-hmm.
like profit in a way. I don't know. But then there's so many people who profit off queer baiting and shit. So, but
Yeah.
nonetheless, again, I think the whole point of it was like, hey, it's Pride Month. You guys had a lifetime to come out with your, straight relationship or whatever.
Yeah. Why now?
Why now?
I tell you, man.
Yeah, so
They
that
love
was
drama.
that was the tea on pop culture. Don't even know why we're talking about it. We're not pop girls, but what gotta get the tea on what's a part of the gay chat. But into our Pride recap.
Yeah, Pride recap. So first weekend of Pride, we went to Philly Pride
Yes, we did.
and we saw nobody.
No, we saw very few people. It wasn't like I feel like the first couple times we went to Philly, when we used to live closer to down there, we used to see a lot of people who
Mm-hmm.
listened to the podcast or like followed us on TikTok or whatever. But this Pride Month we didn't. But I also think it was because like when we got to Philly, we went straight to Woody's. Like the train we got off of was right there. We entered the whole outside festival. We didn't really like float around. Like we didn't walk around the neighborhood and see what was going on.
Yeah, we didn't go to the gay pub.
Yeah, we kind of just straight into Woody's. It was like, fuck it, like let's get to partying type
Mm-hmm.
shit. So I kind of feel like that's something that I wish we did, was kind of just explored more and see what was going on before we just committed to fucking partying in Woody's.
Yeah.
But we did see a few old
Mm-hmm.
friends that you
We
know
haven't seen.
yeah,
Yeah.
we haven't seen in some time. We did meet someone new who listens to the podcast, right? She
Mm-hmm.
listens to the podcast. I'm all like, great. I remember meeting her, but like I never know. It's like, oh, do you listen to the podcast, or do you just follow us on
Talking
on
about the
social
stud.
media? No.
What are you talking about?
The the girl we were hanging with that whole night, or the rest of the
Oh
night.
yes, 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 yes,
What's her
yes. We did.
name?
We
I
did.
I, I don't know why I keep thinking Rodriguez. I think that's like
That's her last
her.
name.
Yeah, and that's her like Instagram name, but I
Yeah,
forget
yeah.
her first name. I'm so sorry if you listen to this.
It's Mari, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay,
I love.
I'm really bad with names. That's why I'm asking you, because I know you be knowing. But yeah, she was cool. She ended up hanging out with us and stuff. But yeah, we didn't really meet too many people. And honestly, Philly Pride, we went with like a a good amount of people, with some of our friends that live down south, that we went to Pride with before.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt like I as much as I love going to Philly Pride, it was a good time, but I feel like I didn't get to enjoy it for some reason. So I'm starting to think like maybe I'm just over the getting litty and partying, because I feel like the time just flew by, and you know,
Yeah.
it's just not the same. So I feel like I don't know. I just need to do some more humble things. But nonetheless, it was the first time I went to Pride with my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my uncle are the only gay ones in the family.
Yeah.
So that was so cute.
I know.
He didn't last too long. He left after a few hours, but I don't blame him.
Yeah.
We just got to know when to go home.
Pretty much. Yeah. But it was chill. I mean, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Like JoJo said, we mainly stayed in Woody's. Um, Weird shit is always happening in Woody's. We were waiting in line for the bathroom. Yo, the bathrooms are terrible.
Yeah,
Like,
that's another thing. I feel like we
I
spent a lot of
felt
time
like
trying to use the
I spent
bathroom.
more time waiting in line to use the bathroom than actually like enjoying myself or waiting to get like a drink at the bar. I spent over $300 and I was still sober. So let me just tell you that.
Mm.
Um, tragic, but um we were waiting in line to use the bathroom in one of the rooms, and some girl was like, "You want some of well, she came up to you and she like recognized you, and then she asked me if I want some of this, and it was the little like bottle thing for me to like sniff it. And I
The
said, "No,
hell?
I'm good." And I'm pretty sure that was poppers.
Poppers. What the
Yeah.
fuck is that?
Drugs.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
I don't even remember who that was. I feel like
And
was
whoever she
whatever.
was with came back to apologize to me.
Oh wow, she was
Yeah,
on some
you didn't.
shit.
Yeah, you didn't. The girl that was like recognized you, and she was like, "Oh, I follow you" or some shit.
No, girl, I do not remember.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, you was lit. Um, but yeah,
I was fucking entertained.
yeah, it was a little. She definitely was trying to drug me up. I don't understand why and in what world, but I was. I
That's a
backed.
big no
I
no. Say
backed
no
up.
to drugs, kids.
I backed up
Cause
so
ain't no
quick.
way.
Hell
Not the
nah.
way. You don't never know what people got going on.
Look, poppers are recreational drugs that are inhaled for their effects, which can
Mm-mm.
include a feeling of euphoria, warmth, and dizziness.
Blech.
They typically contain, I say, I don't even know how to say these names. Um,
Dizziness. I'd have thrown up. That'd have been over.
yeah,
All
they
right.
apparently like relax you and stuff, but like honestly, like
No, thank you.
I would literally faint. Um,
Mm-mm.
yeah, I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like I feel like in Woody's, like people be on some jack shit.
They live in young, wild, and free.
They really are.
Couldn't be me.
But I'm glad that I was sober enough to back the fuck up. But
Yeah.
yeah, a little much. A little much. Um, what else? I think that was it.
Yeah, that was it. That was it for Philly Pride. It kind of came in and went.
Mm-hmm.
This past weekend though, we did do DC Pride. That was my first time in DC.
Yeah.
It was where the Airbnb that we stayed in was actually pretty cute. The
Mm-hmm.
area it was in was like cute. For some reason, I've never been to San Fran, but I could just imagine that it was giving San Fran vibes just without the hills. But it was very cute. I liked it. It felt like calm and wholesome, and I don't know. I want to go back. At least
the
where we stayed.
yeah, the owners were also lesbians,
Yeah, they were so
which
nice.
was like that was definitely one of the reasons why I booked.
Nice.
Because I feel like you tell other Airbnb owners that you're going there for Pride,
And they're like, nope.
and they'll cancel your shit
Yeah.
real quick.
I feel
It's
like that's
insane.
happened to
That
us.
definitely happened to us
Yeah.
once. I think we were going to a concert in Canada, but yeah, and then they canceled all of a sudden when I told them. But they were super nice and very welcoming, and it was a great area. We were like basically in the middle of everything. The first night we had the Havana night, and we like talked to Natasha, met Natasha. We seen her before, but this was like the first time that we actually got to talk to her and her wife. And honestly, she is so humble. I feel like she is who she says she is. Like she was on Netflix for what, like less than 15 minutes, but I feel like who she was on Netflix is who she is in person. She wasn't pretending to be someone else.
Mm.
She keeps it real. She's just like very outgoing, very nice, very on top of it, very professional too. And we got to meet like some people that night, including Anita and her girlfriend. Remember how she was singing? They
Yes,
were
they
doing
were so
karaoke.
cute.
Singing was top notch.
Yeah.
Her singing was
Yeah,
top
yeah, yeah.
notch. I said
Had to record her.
nobody can go after her.
Yeah.
That's it. Cause
And they could dance. Mm.
oh yeah, they could dance too.
Lit.
Hitting
Love
the
it.
salsa moves.
Such a vibe. I'm trying to be like that.
For
Like,
sure.
I don't know. They're just so cute. Um,
The
what
first night
else?
was like the best night for me.
Yeah.
Even though it took us 6 hours to drive to DC because the traffic was insane. Absolutely bonkers.
I know. That's why I'm like, I would want to go back, but like, we would need to leave early, like
early,
no
like
type
8
traffic.
a.m.
Yeah,
And like
we left like midday.
it usually doesn't take that long. Like I've driven there to see my cousin. It will take me 3 hours and a half.
Hmm. Uh, I mean, I feel like we made a stop, but the stop wasn't that long.
It wasn't.
So, but I think it was just going up, it was like the traffic on the parkway, and then coming back was the fucking traffic on the parkway and
And it was
freaking the turnpike.
insane. It was insane.
Yeah.
I hated it. And honestly, I thought that I was going to be super sick the whole weekend because I had a stuffy nose, but I ended up trooping it out.
Yeah, I'm about to say you got through that like it didn't even happen.
I know.
But yeah, so Friday night we did the Havana night when we got there, and then we did a little after spot at the Metro Bar. That Metro Bar was fire.
Oh, yeah.
Very
It was
nice.
very
It was like an
cool.
outside indoor bar. We were on the outside. The outside area is very big.
Mm-hmm.
Tables, sections, like
Mm-hmm.
mad cool. And then I guess it has an inside part where it's like a train.
Yeah, it was so
We didn't
cool.
even go in there. That's so crazy.
We went in at the end and we were like, wait, this was here the whole
Yeah,
time?
but like we didn't spend right. We didn't spend no time in there. But whatever. That it was a really nice spot. Um, so we were there for probably like what, hour, 2 hours, just chatting.
Yeah.
You know, getting to know some people. So that was nice. That was like a chill night. We didn't do too much.
Yeah.
The next day we had
The float.
the DC parade, the Pride parade,
Mm-hmm.
and that was also Taste Takeover who had a float with Boost Mobile, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and we were invited to do that with them, and that float was jumping.
It really
First of all,
was.
that's our first time on a float for Pride, and it's so funny because for so long you have been manifesting going on a float and being a part of the parade.
Literally.
And let me tell you how she was not with the shits after a couple hours. My girl ended up, woo, she was like, yeah, we gon'.
Okay, so here's the thing. Being on the float during the parade was lit. The waiting part is what killed me.
Yeah.
So they said that takeoff was at 1:30, but like we never been on a float before. So we're thinking like, all right, like
they're sticking to
like
the
they're
time.
sticking to the time, and if we're not there, we're gonna miss it. So we almost thought we were gonna miss it because there was so much traffic to get there.
Yeah.
And girl, I'm wearing these cowgirl boots that I've never worn before. Like I specifically got it for this. And I'm like, I could wear boots for like 2 hours or so. Like I don't know how long this shit gonna be, but it can't be that long. And I'm gonna be on the floor anyway.
Rudely mistaken.
Really mistaken because like we were kind of like in the middle. I don't know. Because there's like floats in front of us.
Yeah, there's like a million. There's
but
like
you gotta remember,
a
like
road full of floats.
They're like driving slow.
Yeah.
And
then you have people walking in the parade. So there's people in between.
Right. So
that
it didn't leave till like 3 something.
Yeah.
3:45, I want to say. So we were basically waiting for about 2 hours or so on the float, and it was pretty packed.
Hot, very hot.
As it should be, girl. It was so
I was
hot.
not mad because I was like, it's been raining a lot. Like, what type of pride would it be if the sub wasn't out?
I literally wiped off all my makeup.
She did.
Because I was sweating like a pig, and I feel like my makeup was already coming off.
Yeah.
And y'all know how uncomfortable it is to like be sweating and just like feel like your face is dirty. I don't know how to describe it. Like it's just like I can't even rub my eye or like rub anything because I'm sweating like a pig.
Yeah.
So I ended up taking off all my makeup. It was what it was. And like during the float and the parade, it was very cool. And then we started walking, and then after a few minutes, I was like, my feet hurt.
But she left me to get back on the float.
I gotta think about how like it's been hours of me on the like with standing these boots on standing on them. And I don't know what it was, but once I started like walking like fast during like in the parade, I was like, oh hell nah, I'm not gonna make it. So I went back on the float, took off my boots, put chanclas on. There was a lady on the float that actually helped me take them off.
Oh, nice.
She was so nice, honestly. There was someone else who was giving us water because, girl, I thought I was gonna faint. Like I was having heat flashes. They was putting ice on me. Like I'm just the worst. Like I thought I was prepared, but honestly, if I could do it again, I would wear better shoes. And I probably would have waited not on the float for those 2 hours. Like I probably would have just been like outside
Yeah.
chilling, um, sitting or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I still don't regret it. I feel like I would do it again, and it was a good time.
It was. I had fun.
We had there was a DJ
Yeah.
who was
The
really
music
good.
was good
Uh-huh.
outside of like being hot and needing to stay hydrated, like, and the waiting. It was cool. Like, to walk in a parade, like, you think about
Yeah.
it, and anytime that we don't usually go to parades, but obviously we've been to parades before, and it's like you stand in one spot, you see all the floats come in.
Yeah.
You know, you see them all
Uh-huh.
come through, and that's cool.
Uh-huh.
That's like a vibe.
Uh-huh.
But to be in the parade and walk down
Mm-hmm.
the whole like avenue where all
Yeah.
these folks are driving, to see all the people that came out to
Yeah.
show love, to support, like,
Yeah.
not even just people a part of the community, but allies who support our community.
Yeah.
It was just so beautiful to see.
It
And I
was.
was like, wow, it's one thing to be on that side of the fence and to be on this side of the fence and
Mm-hmm.
see all these faces.
Yeah.
Like,
Very nice. Very wholesome.
yeah.
People had like
In
some
DC at that.
Yeah, in DC, literally right by the White House. Like, I know they was so mad. I know they was so mad.
That's crazy.
Because it was a really packed weekend. Like, I wish we could have stayed longer because there was so many other things. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't go to like the actual World Pride where there was a festival and
Yeah, we didn't go to the festival.
you had like tickets to see like Dochi and all these
At
other
that point, we
artists.
were tired.
Yeah, and honestly, it was a little pricey. But I wish I kind
Oh,
of
you
regret.
had to pay for that?
Yeah, babe.
Oh, I didn't know you had to pay
No,
for the
like
festival.
when we went to LA, we were seeing Mariah Carey. Like
Oh, I thought, girl,
that was a good $150 or
that's
some
probably
shit.
because they have like,
Artist.
yeah.
Hello.
I'm about to say,
Yeah.
I've been to festivals for free, but I guess it's different.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It was a pretty penny. And that's what Steve wanted to do. So
It's all good. I don't regret anything that we did. It was a good time.
Yeah.
I just wish, like you said, we had we could stay longer to explore, but it's okay. That's just another weekend
Another
trip.
excuse to come back.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I hear about DC all the time too. People are
All
always
the
telling me, hey, like, y'all should go out there. There's so many things to do. There's places to go. Like, first of all, if you're gonna tell me to go out there and party, it's good to know that it's lit, but I'm not partying. I'm cool. If it's not,
yeah,
catch me at a brunch.
We're retiring from nightlife. Y'all.
Yeah, I don't want to do the nightlife shit. Not that it's not cool. Like, it is what it is, but it's just like, I don't have days behind me to be recovering. Yeah. Or like to, fucking stay up all night till the sun and then trying to catch up on sleep. Like,
hell no. We getting old. During the last event, I had met 2 Dominican girls that were dating, and unfortunately, we didn't get to take a shot or a picture. For whoever saw the chaos that happened, and I'm gonna keep this very short, and you're not gonna crop it. No. You're not gonna crop it.
Okay, girl.
I feel like I left abruptly because you can't argue with drunk people. Mm-hmm. That's for one. And for two, I feel like me and you have built this platform from the ground up, literally with no help, with no weird posts or like like those posts that they do with the pranks and like the kissing and things like that. Like, I feel like we are very genuine people, and we just started having conversations, and that's what we started posting about, and like our clips and things like that, and like communicating with you guys and things like that. And I feel like my character and maybe and our platform was being questioned by someone, and I was completely shocked and baffled, because I'm like, really, like, I don't know, I feel like I've always have been real honest with everybody who listens to the podcast and everybody who I meet in person. And I genuinely do try to get to know people and genuinely do care about who listens to the podcast. And there's no hate over here. Like, the people that we work with, we're very grateful and we feel very blessed. And me and JoJo, we're very intentional with who we work with, whether that's a brand, whether that's an influencer, Whoever we bring on our platform, it's for a reason. And I felt like my intentions and our platform was being questioned, and I was completely baffled. So in the last event, we didn't get to stay for long, but we did see some people, and it was cool to see y'all. Um, and I forgot we met the girl who took a Polaroid picture, and she was very nice and very cool. I really liked her. We met her on the float. Um, and yeah, it's always something, huh? Very much so.
Well,
Well,
what can you do?
nonetheless, it was a very eventful weekend.
Yes.
We definitely enjoyed ourselves. Um, Met a lot of cool people. I feel like I also met like a lot of like older women,
Hmm.
and like they were just so cool.
I
Like
always love seeing that though.
yeah, it was given like L word. Like I was like, am I on the L word? Where are the cameras? Like, come on now.
That was funny.
Um, yeah, it was very cool. Like even their outfits and things. Like that lady who came up to you and she was talking to you about your hat.
Oh yes, yes,
She
yes.
was like,
Oh
she was
yeah.
so stylish.
She was cool.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, grand old time. I enjoyed it. Any pride that I get to share. Oh, also obviously, you know, we were accompanied by friends and family, so that's always good. I love to share those moments with the people who are closest to us. So shout out to them.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it.
But it's not over though. We still
Mhm.
have Montclair
I'm like,
Pride.
what else do we have?
We got
But
Montclair
we
Pride, which is
do.
supposed to be like more wholesome, more family things, and
Very family
they are gonna
oriented.
have like an after party and all of that. But they closed all the streets in Montclair just for
OMG.
this.
Yes, and what's her name supposed to be there?
Yes, Electra from Pose.
Why we first of all, why anytime we fucking make a reference to someone who's famous, we gotta hit them with a stage name or their actor name. We don't
That's
never know their real name.
all right. Everybody know who Electra
I know.
Abundance is.
Because I don't know her name, I would have said the same thing. But
Well,
if you
her name
watch
is
Pose,
Dominique Jackson.
yes. If you watch Pose, I feel like we've talked about it so many times before.
It's the best show ever.
Yeah. Next to the L word.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like a mother, like a house mother for um
Queer and trans
yeah,
people.
queer and trans people. And at first you're not gonna like her, but over time you will.
It's always the people that you don't like initially that you really have to
Yeah.
like, that you end up really fucking with.
Yeah, so she's supposed to be at Montclair Pride here in Jersey. So
That'll
hopefully
be
we get to
nice.
see her. And then at the end of the month is New York City Pride. I don't think we're gonna go to that, but we might like be in the city before that. There's so many things happen in the city.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to go to New York City Pride to enjoy City Pride. Um I want JoJo to go to the Stonewall, so we'll see if we can make it happen.
Mm,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's about it because Jersey City doesn't have their Pride until August,
Yeah.
which will be there. And um as always, if you are gonna go to New York City Pride, Las Reinas, who we partnered with in the past, is gonna be having their event. Um, I think they sold out like on the VIPs and stuff, but if you guys are gonna go, definitely recommend going. I think it's a vibe. They have good music, they have food, drinks. So if you're gonna go to New York City Pride, you might as well stop by. But that is all, folks. Let's get into the family meeting. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. I don't think we've read this, but let's see. First off, love the pod. Never stop making episodes. LOL. Anyways, I have been with my girlfriend for 4 years and I'm just obsessed with her now, as I was 4 years ago. I still want to eat her
Period.
every time I see her,
Okay, period.
amongst other things. Sorry
Period.
if it's explicit. And the attraction is insane. The thing is, sometimes I wonder if it's still that way for me. I do still feel wanted by her, of course, but I'm so thirsty for her, and she isn't as vocal as me. I can be the aggressor and she is more chill. She is a fine ass mask and she does get a lot of attention. So sometimes I wonder if over time it won't be mutual anymore. I think you guys have been together for years now. So how is the sexual attraction the same as it was for you years ago? Have things changed or remained the same? Am I overthinking? I feel like she's probably overthinking.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are just not as like vocal.
Yeah. Honestly, you got people who are just chill and like I think they're also in their head and they're like I don't want to do too much.
Mm-hmm.
But for people who are a little bit more like can't keep it inside and
Mm-hmm.
have to let it out and be that quote unquote thirsty for their person,
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know. It's like they have to do it. And I don't blame them. Like
It's a
if your partner is jumping and you really feeling your partner, show them that.
It's probably not her like words of affirmation are probably not her love language.
I get things not being people's love languages, but it's just like the same way you want your shit met. It's like you could give a little.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you don't gotta do it all the time, but every once in a while, match her energy.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you're not. Like it. It'll last. Your thirst is gonna last.
Mm-hmm.
But how long they said they've been together?
4.
4 years?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's just as long as us.
Yeah.
I'm still thirsty for you.
I'm thirsty for you.
She could piss me off sometimes.
Y'all,
And
this
we can
gay
be
guy came
annoyed.
up to her talking about if she's single.
Oh my god. I forgot about that. First of all, can we very quickly, talk about how gay men
They love you.
yeah, they
They
do.
love
They
you.
love me. But like
I gotta fight them every time.
because even at Philly, there was like gay guys like chatting with me and shit. And I'm just like, I
Yeah.
don't know what it is about me that I just attract but it's usually like the feminine gay guys.
Mm-hmm.
And they love me. But yeah, some guy came up to me this past weekend and I got so scared because the way his voice was so deep.
Oh.
Like I never had no man come up. Like he came from behind me
Uh-huh.
and he hit me with the what did he say?
Yo, you single?
He said, "Hey, mommy, are you single?"
Oh my God.
Something along those lines. Mommy was definitely in there.
Oh my goodness.
But his voice was so deep. It was like, "Hey, mommy, are you single?" And I jumped. I jumped out of my skin, yo. I jumped out of my skin and I looked behind me and he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like I didn't mean to scare you." And I'm like, I couldn't even answer him. I was catching my breath.
Oh, I
Dyra had to,
answer.
yeah,
I
Dyra was
answer.
like, "Yeah, she's not single. Like she's with me."
I said, you're cute and all, but no, she's not single. He said, it's actually not for me. He said it was for someone else, so I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
but I pretty much
I
should have
hate
break.
when
And he
people.
was cute.
I hate when people do that though.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe she was trying to
He
be
could
respectful because
I
she had a
mean,
feeling.
yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. And you know how the friends be. They be like, "Girl, like you don't know if you don't try type shit."
Mm-hmm.
But like he could have like hit me with a tap on the shoulder before he went and whispered in my
Like, what
ear
if
with
you would have
that
punched
deep
him in
ass
his
voice.
face, like just like as a reflex?
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, tap people before you whisper in their ear, y'all. Give a little, give a little heads up. Get consent. It's like, no. But yeah, good times. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got. I don't have much.
Me neither.
Just like we said, we're gonna start trying to be live more on Twitch. I think somebody had mentioned doing we should do a reaction video to our some of our pod episodes.
Uh-huh.
So if you are interested in us doing a reaction video, send us a DM, comment in the comment section. I don't know, email us. Basically giving us feedback and what type of reaction video you want from us, what podcast episode you want us to recap on, because I think we're gonna start doing that. It makes sense. We have so many episodes, we talked about so many things, like why not talk about them again?
I agree.
Word. But that's it.
All right, y'all. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and
Deuce,
subscribe.
deuce, mother goose.
Bye.